being here. We are talking all things going live. I appreciate you all joining. Let me know if you have any questions. You guys will see that I am live. We're going to get to going and talking in just a few minutes. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everybody coming through. Let me know if you have questions. We will get to talking and sharing out the live, and make sure that you also subscribe to the channel. So we are so close to 600 followers. Oh my gosh, this is great. So this is a testament to how consistency matters. So as long as you're consistent, you should see growth. You should see that you are improving. But it requires you to show up, friends. Let me know if you have questions. In the meantime, we're going to get to talking and chatting in just a few minutes. Let's see. Let me go live, and appreciate everybody coming through, and we'll get to talking and sharing out some information. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to set up my live screen, and we're going to talk. I'm probably going to stay on 90 minutes. We'll see how long we're going to go live, just so that we get people to come in and support. For a few minutes, I add some value. I tell people all the time, you want to make sure you're adding value to your audience and helping them grow and engage. So we will do that. And I'm going to go live. And share a little bit more about what's happening here. Thank you so much, friends. Appreciate everybody being here. So we're going to talk all things going live. We're probably going to make this a little bit of, I don't know if I'm going to do the shopping cart. Maybe we'll go live and show the shopping cart later. Let me know if you have any questions. In the meantime, feel free to like the live, comment, and subscribe. If you are new to my live, come on in. We're going to get to talking. And let me know if you have any questions, friends. I appreciate you all joining. And we'll talk a little bit about the live stream itself, with the thinking that we're going to help people go live, okay? So let me set that there for now. And hello, friends. Hello, everybody who's here. Appreciate you joining the live. Thank you so much for coming in. Let me know if you have any questions. Appreciate everybody being here. I'm Dr. Lisa, Launch Your Income Agency. I'm a creator network agency on TikTok. So I teach people how to go live. So that's the purpose of my live stream, and helping you grow your community, help you build confidence, and then also monetize on any live stream that you have. So I'm here. This becomes a playlist, so make sure that you like the live, comment, and subscribe so you can come back and get the information I'm sharing. And also click the bell so you can get notifications of when I go live and when I post. So if you don't mind liking the live right now, put a comment in and say happy Monday. So I know you're here. Say hello or happy Monday. And then we're going to get to talking on TikTok as well. Like I said, I always co-stream, so you guys will see in real time me going on the TikTok streets to connect with folks. Let me know if you have any questions in the meantime. And those who are used to me showing up, say hello, because I know you're watching the live. So say hello and let me know if you have any questions. We're going to talk a little bit about going live, and we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things you can do to improve viewership of your live. So there's campaigns, so we'll talk about some of the campaigns, as well as making sure that you guys are building confidence with showing up. And so I have a lot of new people, and they're like, okay, what should I be doing? And they're just talking, just engaging in their live, which is fine. You can, but you also want people to engage back, okay? So you got to think about your viewers. How are they engaging? And YouTube's a little different because people can look at you anonymously the whole time, which is, fine that you do that, but you're missing out on a lot more information and engagement if you're talking and asking questions in the chat and connecting back. So you're missing out on the opportunity there. But in the TikTok side, people can't really hide. So you can kind of ask them to engage and connect with them pretty easily, or a little more easily. So we'll talk through that so you guys can hear some tips and strategies. And then obviously you can decide to employ some of this stuff in your live stream. All right. So we're going to get going because I want to make sure I'm connecting with folks and get to talking. Hello, friends. It is Dr. Lisa, Launch Your Income Agency. Let me know if you have any questions. Come on in. We're going to talk all things going live, friends. Let me know if you are new to my live. Put it in the chat. We're going to talk all things live. Whether you are nervous, afraid, shy, whatever it is, you can go live. So we're going to talk through how to go live, how to understand TikTok, and if you are looking for a creative network agency, I can help you with that as well. So let me know if you have questions. I'm going to share out my live. I always share my live out in the beginning, and I'm going to help you guys monetize and grow your community on this app. So let me know in the meantime. If you are new, put that in the chat, and then we will get to talking and sharing. I appreciate everybody being here. Make sure you like the live, my YouTube people. Share the live out, as well as comment if you are new to live, okay? Somebody just tried to connect with me. I didn't know them. I was trying to share out my live. So I wasn't able to share out the live. So let me go back. I have to start all the way over, friends. But it's all good. Thank you all for being here. In the meantime, how are you guys doing? Go ahead and put that in the chat as well. Hello, E-Nurse. How are you, friend? Did you see my message? I'm going to talk about campaigns. So I sent a few of you a message back. I'm sharing out my live right now. Give me 1 second. I'm sharing it out just to, let's see. And I'm sharing it out so my friends can know I'm live, and we will get to talking as well. Thank you so much, friend. Hello, how are you? So I responded. Hello, Jean. Hello. I'm setting on my other screen. Appreciate everybody coming through. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to get to talking and chat in a second. Thank you for sharing out the live. I appreciate you as well. So that's support, everybody. Let me know if you, and on the YT, you could share it out as well and like it and connect with folks too, so we can bring new people into the room. And so that's a great strategy. You always want to share out the live and help to bring more people here. Hello, Nika Grace. How are you, friend? Getting my other screen up and running. Appreciate you being here. Hi, how you doing? How is everything going? So, E-Nurse, I'm going to see if Coach Rhonda comes in too. Coach Rhonda asked a question during our session yesterday. She asked a question during the Zoom chat. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing great, friend. So I had to do some homework. How you doing, my fave? How are you, friend? So during our session yesterday, there was a question surrounding campaigns. My life. Thank you so much, my fave. Favored. When I say that, I always abbreviate people's names. So I appreciate you being here. Let me say it correctly, friend, because you are definitely favored. I love it. Hello, friends. Come on in. I appreciate everybody joining. It's okay. I appreciate everybody coming in. So, hello. How you doing? Thank you for saying hello. So the campaign, I wanted to respond verbally, and I'll mention again to Coach Rhonda. I'm doing well, friend. Thank you for asking. I'm going to mention it to her as well. You know what it is about that campaign? That campaign is for your viewers. Those are the check boxes for your viewers. It's like a glaring message that says viewer task. That happened during Community Fest. So it's very much focused on making sure that you as a host have tasks, and then you also have your viewers that have tasks. And so that particular campaign asks for your viewers to engage in those ways. Those are the tasks for your viewers. So essentially your viewers have to share out your live. That's what that means. Okay? So when you're in your live and you have a campaign, you can click the campaign option up here and then share out your live. Thank you for the donuts. I appreciate you, friend. Thank you so much for that. Hello, Rebecca. How are you, friend? So, can I be a man? Appreciate you being here, friend. Wow. Yes. So your viewers. So when you have a campaign like that, your viewers can connect with you. Thank you for the populars. I appreciate you, friend. Yes. Let's engage. I love it. Thank you so much. And so your viewers are being asked to share out your campaign. And then people have to open it from your viewers. That's what's happening. Entrepreneur, how are you, friend? Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. Lady Hummingbird, thank you for joining as well. Ha. Hey. You said hey. So yeah, so what happens is when you're in your live, your viewers can click your campaign and then they click that little share button. They share it out the way you guys shared it. So they share it out, and once they share it, you need two people to open the page. That's essentially what they're saying. Your viewers need to do that. So you need to ask your viewers to engage with your campaign that way. I'm pretty sure that's what needs to happen. So by you sharing it, it's not the same. And then they're in your live and they share it from the live. Thank you so much, friends. I appreciate you. So let me know if that makes sense. I'm going to tell Coach Rhonda the same thing. I'll say this is something that I looked for it and I was like, let me just go to the directions, the instructions for this campaign, and totally overlooked the fact that the header said viewer task. And that happened during the Community Fest campaign. There were tasks for viewers to do, and there were tasks for the live host to do. So this campaign is a little different. It seems like all those tasks are things that you want your viewers to do for you. They got to comment, they got to share out the live, they got to send a specific gift. Those are the things that they're asking is for them to do. My husband sent a text message just now. My son, the aftercare, said called me, and right before I went live, that's why I was a few minutes late. Hello, friends. Okay, I got it. Perfect. Thank you so much. They called me right before I went live and said he was having a tummy ache. And you guys know last week he was sick. He did have a vomiting episode, and so they said, oh, he's not feeling well again. So my husband was down. He was home, and he went to go pick him up. And I said, I said, I don't know. Is it dairy? Is there something bothering him? And he said, okay, I'll check. He said, I'll ask that question. So he just texted me. He's like, I think he fake sick. He's faking sick. He wanted mommy to come pick him up. so, so I think he was a little disappointed when daddy came to pick him up. So yeah, so that's what's happening. My little guy, yeah, so he has some time he spends with daddy when I'm doing my lives and stuff like that. He's still normally at school right now, but he loves his mommy time. So that my husband said, yeah, he's gonna be a mama's boy for a minute. Of course he was. Yeah, so he's a mama's boy for right now. So he loves his mama, but he has his daddy right now. So yeah, so I'm feeling better because I was like, oh, is he sick? Do I have to kind of go down there and figure out what's going on? It was for attention. It was attention seeking. So it's all good. It's all good. Thank you so much, Grateful Cheryl. How are you, friend? So come on in, friends. Let's share the live out. Let's talk. Let's connect. Know that this live, we'll talk a little bit more. We talked about the content engagement earlier. HoloQ had some great suggestions. I'm just going to say hands down, pay attention to some of the things she's shared. Just a quick recap. One of the tips she talked about in particular is make sure you're posting to your stories and doing some of those new features. Now, don't get caught up in the hype with all the different creators saying, oh, here's where I went viral and I did this feature and blah, blah, blah. Not all that is real. That is them as part of a trending topic, that they're using that to share the new features, share information. And because of that, that becomes where they're gonna, get more viewership, more engagement in their content. So that is a strategy, just so that you know. I don't want you to get caught up in like, oh, this is gonna make me go viral. Not necessarily, not at all really. But you do want to use the features, okay? That was her biggest takeaway. You do want to use the features. You want to make sure that you are using that, particularly in your stories, so that can help you. And then the other thing she's talked about is one strategy she uses, and I would say if you could do both, that may be a great idea, to do the engagement before you go before you post, and then some engagement after you post. So she's an after you post person. I'm a before you post person. So, but just see what works. See what works for you. And three things you want to pay attention to. You want to pay attention to that engagement. That's critical across the board, whatever you do on TikTok. But you also want to pay attention to being consistent. Okay? So we talk about consistency and engagement all the time, hands down. The other thing is, and this is something where people, as you start going, practicing and posting content and creating content, you want to think about the quality. Quality is the third thing. Quality content. Okay? So quality matters. All right. So I don't want to dismiss quality, but that comes with time. That comes with practicing. That comes with looking at other things that you can do, some of the features. How do you edit your video and make sure what you're sharing is appropriate for your target audience and who you're talking to? So that type of quality you will get as you start posting more. Okay. So I don't want you to miss out on quality, but it comes with time. Okay. And so does engagement and consistency. It comes, but you gotta make sure you're taking that effort to be engaging, taking the effort to set a schedule and be consistent. Okay. So my favorite, she is consistent because she said I'm going live daily. I think you go twice a day. Let me know if it's twice a day now. I think she goes live twice a day in the sense that she's showing up. I'm gonna go live. Okay. So those are the things that you will see a difference. And I said earlier today too, one of my other takeaways is that you don't want to just go live, you know, once or twice a week and then expect for your room to be roomy. That's not how it works. Okay. It works when you show up consistently. And consistently means that you're showing up possibly daily. TikTok, when you think about this, if it is something where, okay, you're only showing up a few days a week, then it's going to take longer for the algorithm to get to know you. And then it does matter to the point of what you're doing in your live. Are you just showing up talking to people? Or are you sharing some information? Are you educating, entertaining, or inspiring them? Okay? So that's key. 4 p.m. daily and pop-ups on 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. There we go. Look at you. Okay, I didn't know the pop-ups was just that. Pop-ups been popping up more often. I love it. I had to charge. Give me 1 second. I had to charge my phone. I didn't realize my phone was going low on me, but I never realized that. That's my problem. I need to check my my connection. So yes, so yeah, that's awesome. Let me pin this. Thank you so much. How you doing, Janine? Thank you so much for sharing that. So yeah, if you get a chance, go to her live because she does a deeper dive discussion. Nova, I think you came in. Janine, how are you as well? I appreciate you all coming through. Let me know if you have any questions. Felicia, thank you for joining. And so her conversation with the audience is really good because she kind of goes deeper in terms of some of the things you need to pay attention to on the gift gallery, the leagues, but even beyond that, how do you build community? Okay, so that's most important because all the things you're doing in your life really falls flat if you're not building community. Okay, so you want to be intentional about that community building too and making sure you're bringing people along. Okay. Thank you so much. You said, I'm good. I'm good. How you doing, Gina? Appreciate you coming back. Thank you for the roses. Thank you all for the shares. I appreciate all the support. And so just know the engagement in your life matters. And for my people who are here because you're like, okay, I want to sell my digital products or I have a physical product. I will tell you, you can absolutely do that here. Okay? You can absolutely do that here. However, for your room to start growing and you have traction and visibility, you're really going to have to figure out that balance of people coming in and supporting your live stream, coming in to get your daily heartbeat, coming in to support your live goal. Those are things that need to happen as well. Okay, so keep that in mind. I can't stay for the Sunday meeting because I go live, but I'm blessed to have a great community. And and I see the money comment. I appreciate that, Fran. Thank you so much. And you're monetizing. You are, and it is your community that you have too. She has a whole Go Live community, so I love it. That's what this is about, friends. You want to grow, but it takes you taking that initiative. So take the initiative, create consistency in terms of your schedule and what you're sharing with your community, and then ultimately you want to make sure you're doing the engagement both in the content as well as helping people engage in your live stream. And then Janine, I think you were the one that you posted in the comments. I didn't get a chance to respond to that, but I noticed you said you saw yourself when you were doing your engagement, you end up seeing one of your videos on the FYP. Is that what happened? I think that's what you were saying. You were saying, hey, I showed up on the FYP. How you doing, Mookie? Yes, I sure did. That's funny. I love it. Congratulations. So that's important because, again, if you're searching those keywords, your audience is too. You know what I'm saying? So if you're searching for whatever you search for, I don't know what you search for, but if you showed up, then people are going to do that same search and find you. Like, oh, I know her. Yes. It's happened to me a few times. A couple of my searches, I popped up in the search field too. So I was like, oh, look at her. So, but again, if you're searching for the same keywords, apparently whatever you search is something that people are looking for. You're showing up in that search. So that is great. Okay. Now, I do the engagement, like I said, I do the engagement strategy beforehand. And then I noticed how, like you said, she does it afterwards too. So do the combination, see what works. Okay. So see what makes sense for you essentially. But I would say continue doing what you're doing. You said I do both. You do both. Yep. I am so surprised I searched Christian budgeting. Look at you. You're making it a term. You're making it a term. They're like, okay. So, okay. Sure. Was it well, let me ask this. What was there other terms, suggested search terms? So you may need to go back and just see when you put in Christian budgeting. So that's the term that you are using primarily for your topic. Obviously, your name has it. So obviously, you should show up. It's in your name. But is there other suggested terms? Okay? Because TikTok's telling you, like, here's some other terms you could be using. So just kind of keep that in mind. That is literally the algorithm telling you, like, hey, here's some other words that are popping up in this queue of that term. Creative research, thank you so much, friend. And so just kind of keep that. There was so many more, many different other terms. Gave me so many ideas. There we go. That's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, so you have ideas for content by doing that. You have ideas for hashtags that you can use. You have ideas for other creators when you search those terms. What are they talking about? And how you can maybe take a spin off what they're talking about. So yeah, all that is possible. So thank you all who are here. I appreciate all the engagement. Make sure you guys are liking and sharing out the live. I appreciate all the support. So keep that in mind. I want you guys to not miss out on searching and engaging before you post. Like I said, that's part of my research. So I tried to think about, so I do use Creator Search Insights quite a bit. And for me, it helps when I'm like stumped for content. I don't want you guys to sleep on that. Like what we talked about earlier today in the 10 o'clock, you got to do the content part. And you may have a video that pops off and does well. Like my video 3 videos ago did really well. Now, my last, no, so this might be 4th video. So it's 4 videos in. So my last 3 videos have not done as well. Now, and that happens. You have this roller coaster. Things go up and down. And so, well, for me, is all relative. You guys might be like, oh, that's good. That's decent. But for me, I'm like, oh, I don't know, but it goes up and down. And that doesn't mean you stop. That means you keep going. You post more. You kind of get things out there. My lives, I really appreciate doing lives and so much more now. I know. Yeah, I'm a live person too. Are you saying just in terms of general, you appreciate the lives? The live format versus the content creation? But you're doing better, friend. You are definitely doing better. And I know you're trying to fit it in. So when you think about your schedule, that may be the next thing that you think about. Like, what does it mean to add a little bit more? Especially if there's content and topics you can do for your live stream. So there's definitely some more that can be done too. So yeah. But keep that in mind. You're not going to always have home runs with your content. Okay? And I don't want you guys to be discouraged because of, hello, friend. I don't want you to be discouraged because of it, because you can easily get discouraged. It's like, oh, these videos are not doing well. I would tell you again, go back to your quality of your videos. Thank you so much for the populars. Are your videos high quality? Could you be doing something different with your video content? And when you do the comparison and do your research, does your video compare to the other creators in terms of how they, create video content based on that topic and niche? Are they sitting there talking and doing a talking head video? Are they walking? Are they moving? Like, what is it that you could be doing differently? So kind of keep that in mind. And I would tell you to avoid the trends. That would be my next thing. Hello, friends. I appreciate you. Hey, Luna. Thank you so much for coming in. Those trends we easily get caught up into, and then next thing you know, you're doing a trend and it has nothing to do with your content, and you're like, well, why did my video do as well as those other people's videos? Because again, those trends are designed just to offer some visibility, but again, it depends on your audience. And I tell you all the time to know your audience, know your demographic, and know the topics they're looking for. Okay, so as you're posting content, you're talking to your community. Okay, so if you sit down and understand who your community is, then you can produce content that's going to be relevant to them, that will, they will engage with. I am going to test the waters with voiceovers for my food videos. Yes. Trisha, you've been using that same song. And I love it because your food is good. Your food is just so delicious looking. So it looks great. But yes, you definitely could talk. You definitely could do the voiceovers. So see what it's like, and then see how that resonates with your audience. Absolutely, because you easily have, you can take footage of yourself in the kitchen as you're moving through the kitchen, and maybe just do some things in your early setup, and you're talking to your audience, and you're setting up, your stuff, and you just have the camera rolling in your kitchen. So you get a few clips of you walking around doing your prep. You can do some footage of maybe you chopping up some vegetables or whatever you're doing, and then when you go live, that last picture when you're showing what you did. So yeah, you can have some fun with it. I know I love that song, but I think it's taking my video song. Man, part ways. But that's the evaluation you need to do. Hello, Leanne. That's the evaluation you need to do. Like you said, yeah, it might be taking your views a little bit because people are like, okay, but they love you in the kitchen. Okay, we know your viewers. They love when you turn on the camera, people gravitate towards your live stream. So again, you got to give the people what they want. They want to see you. They want to see your prep process. They want to hear your voice. They want all of that experience. So you probably will see a little bit more engagement in your content. Repurpose your lives while you're cooking and do a voiceover. She could. Here's the problem with lives, and I'm just gonna say this, y'all. When I do my live repurposing, those videos don't tend to do as well for me. It's something about the way, I don't know if it's my camera angle, I don't know what it is. I can have the same background. You guys can look at my videos. If you see when I use my live stream content, those videos don't perform as well as if I just sit here and I have a conversation and I'm talking to you about a specific topic, and maybe it's my hook. That's always what I'm thinking about. What am I saying in that video that I don't necessarily set it up and say in my live stream? You know what I'm saying? So when you do that opening hook, you have to think intentionally how you say that. And for me, when I had a little bit more time to prepare, but I'm still talking, and some of it is free flowing because I've done some of my videos like that where I'm just free flowing in my conversation. But some of it is like prepared kind of things that I know I want to hit on in my video. Whereas in my live stream, I'm free flowing with you all. I don't set up a hook. I don't do my call to action. There's some things that is missed when I repurpose my live stream content. And in my opinion, this is my opinion, I think that's important for content creation, that you want to be intentional about how you say certain things and you do that call to action. Okay. So I would say if you did repurpose some of your content, maybe it is times when you're moving in the kitchen and maybe you open up the lid or something like that. But again, that's part of content creation too, because people want to see that zoom in where you show the pot in that way. And so you don't get that necessarily from the live stream content. You get you with the the screen is a little further away. So if you were there and you had your camera and you zoomed in where you took the pot and opened it, that could be a clip you could use in your content too. Okay. And then that becomes something that maybe you do in your live and you had a secondary phone. So in your live, you could have a secondary phone or device and you just kind of do a quick zoom in picture video, have your camera roll, do something where you get that image or get some of the images of you cooking. So that could be something you do. Yeah, videos. Yeah, so when I kind of like on my shop page, when I show you guys, I do quick little videos. It's almost like quick little montage videos, and then I upload them to TikTok and show what I'm doing. Let me know. Drop a heart in the chat if you want me to do one here. I'll do it with my other phone. Drop a heart if you want me to go from start to finish. I'm planning on getting a second device. Okay. Do you have a tablet? Because you could do it with a tablet. Your second device don't have to be a phone. You can easily take your tablet and get some video footage. You said drop a heart. Okay. You dropped a heart. Anybody else want me to see it? Show it? Okay, perfect. Natty nat. So here's what I do. This is just for you guys, just for, no, I have a laptop. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, let's do this. My neural gum. Okay. So my neural gum's here. Here's my phone. I'm gonna do a couple things. I'm gonna show you guys real quick. Okay, so you guys gonna see it. I'm on my phone. I'm on the camera. I'm gonna do videos. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. So you guys are gonna see this real time in my room. So I'm doing this. I'm taking a video. I'm rolling camera, and I'm showing the neural gum. Okay, I stopped my camera. That's like a 4-second video. I'm about to flip it over. I'm gonna do another video. So you can see the back side of it. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, come this way, and I'm going to stop the camera. And then I'm going to set it here. I'm going to do a picture where it's just sitting here, or a video here, where I come in. I'm going to zoom in a little bit on it. I'm going to turn it around. Stop the camera. That was a little longer of a video. I'm going to open up the neural gum so you can see some of the inside. So I'm doing like 4 to... You know, we'll say we'll do maybe 4 or 5 videos. So you guys can see different angles. I'm going to take one of the gums out and I'm going to hold it so you guys can see the little small dice. Okay. So, put that back in. And then I'm going to do one more final one. Okay. Okay, so I usually will take a little bit more time, so that was quick with doing that. So I have neural gum videos. I've never seen those repurposed videos do well unless they're doing it on a gossip channel. Interesting. Yeah, I agree. Mine tend not to do well either. So I just took, let's see how many videos did I do. Let's see. I just did the neural gum 6 videos. 6. One was 10 seconds, but the other ones was 6, 6, 5, 8, 5. So different sizes. Okay. So there's my videos, my neural gum videos. So now what I'm gonna do, and this is just me. Now I'm going on my shop page. Thank you so much. I should turn on my shopping cart too, huh? Since I'm talking about the neural gum, but I'll wait. Let's see. Let's see. So you said me neither do mine. Yes. Yeah, mine from here. My videos when I do separate videos. Thank you so much. Hey friend, you went live. I didn't get a chance to jump on, but you went live yesterday. Look at you. I saw you, friend. C2 Details went live for a hot minute. I didn't get a chance to jump on. I was in between. I think you went live after our Zoom meeting. I think that's when I saw you. Hello, how you doing, friend? Hello, thank you so much for being here. What is it, Grandos Notary and Legal Services? Hello, friend. Okay, so now I'm going to my shop page. Give me a second. And what did I tell you guys to do before? Put in the chat. Where's the first place I go when I'm doing videos? Girl, I tried. You did good. You did good. I didn't get a chance to see a lot. It seemed like you were doing something. Were you in some plants or something? You were outside or something? Thank you so much for reposting and sharing. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you. To the product, create. To, let's say another word. Where am I going? To the showcase. Watering my flowers. Okay, yeah, you're in a garden. That's beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to my showcase. Now, why am I going to my showcase? I'm going to the product. That's what Nika Grace said. Okay, so I'm going to go straight to the Neural Gum product. So that's where it is in my showcase. Okay, so now here I'm going to pull up. So that bottom part where you said, let me go to it again. That's where my commission is. That's where your information for the product is. So I'm doing it as a shop video so you guys can see it on the shop side because I'm showing you what it is. So I'm coming here for to get to my product link. Create now, and under here I can create a video. I'm going to add the link, and now it's adding the product. So this is just the step that I have to do because I'm doing this as a shop video, as a product. I didn't have to do it that way, but I am. Okay, thank you all for coming in. I appreciate you. Hello, Miss Jessie. Hello, Soda. I saw y'all come in as well. Appreciate everybody coming in. Thank you for the engagement. If you are new to my live, say new in the chat. I appreciate you being here. Thank you all for the engagement as well, the sharing, the liking, the live. So I'm going to close the prompt. So now I'm going to add those videos. Okay, so we're going to add them. I'm going to do it as a 15-second video. So this is where it's now 15 seconds. Okay, thank you all. Appreciate you. I'm holding out on the heart me until we see the flash. Hey, you know what? When I went live earlier, did I get a flash code? I did, didn't I? What did I get? The heart puffs? No, I didn't. I was supposed to say, was that yesterday? I don't think I did get a flash code. Okay. I was like, I don't think I remember getting a flash code. Okay, so now I'm going to click to add those products. So I'm just going to add all of them, 6. And when I add them all, you know it's more than 15 seconds. So I added all 6 of those videos. Okay? So we know we got more than 15 seconds. My lighting on these videos were kind of drab too. Okay? So now what TikTok is doing, TikTok is just making this a montage. Okay? It created the video for me. Just put all those videos in there. And I'm going to do an edit real quick. So it made this a 19-second video. Do you guys see that? I added, let me just make sure y'all see what I see. You see where it says 19 seconds? I picked the 15 seconds. TikTok gave me a little bit extra. Okay? Because I gave TikTok a good almost 60 seconds in content. So TikTok's like, okay, well, let's shrink this down. Let's make it a little different, okay? So this is for you, Trisha T. So you think about having all your cooking content. I'm going to show you what I see. So I haven't put any hashtags on it or anything like that. You guys see my messy background, but I'm showing the content here. And they made this 19 seconds. So all I did was upload those quick videos. So for you, if you taking pictures of your food, taking pictures of all the products, I'm sorry, I missed where you did this. TikTok Studio. This is in TikTok. This is in TikTok. In the app. I didn't go to TikTok, a separate download. This is adding it to my video. So all they did was take that content. I gave them 60 seconds or so. I got to do the math, but essentially it was like 60 seconds of 6 videos. 2 were 6 seconds and 2 were 5. 1 was 10, 1 was 8, and he just kind of pulled all that together. Okay, thanks. Yeah. So it made that little video for me. Okay. And so Trisha, if you have a video where you're in your pot, and I normally use AutoCut, is that okay? I don't like AutoCut because AutoCut is some of those templates, and I've gotten violations on those videos early on, so I never went back to use them again. Now they probably fixed it, but it was almost like unoriginal content. The AutoCut music that was already there, it just didn't work for me, so I never went back to use it again. Now I may be, it may be some updates, it may be some other things that they've changed that I can now use it. But I don't tend to use those. Like I said, I got violations on those videos. So that's my thoughts about it. But if it's something that you normally use and you're using, possibly. The whole, if I understand, my videos did last night was with it, but I changed the music. You changed the music. How many views did you get? Like if you were to think about that video, did it perform well? Did it? I know it's probably still out there in the universe, so it still has to kind of get some traction. But those videos tend to not do well for me, the auto cut videos. And early on, I got some violations, so I stopped. 158, low, even though it's categorized. Yeah, I wouldn't use it. That would be my top thoughts on it. Thank you for the follow, friend. How are you, friend? Thank you so much. Is it tip spelled fancy? That's cute. Tip spelled fancy. So that makes sense what you're saying. Tiff. Oh, thank you, friend. You know, yeah. My phonics is off. I was like, oh, it's Tiff. Okay. All right. Hello, HDLB. Thank you so much for being here. Oh yeah, hey friend. This is Nurse Patrice. How you doing? So yeah, I wouldn't auto cut for me. It's like, it's a no go. I just don't. It's nothing about it I ever really liked about it. But you can achieve what you're looking for and let TikTok do it for you. You know what I'm saying? So that way you're not stressing about it. Hello. Got it. Got it fine. Noted. Yep. Yeah. Still figuring out a name. I'm changing it again. Nurse Patrice was good. It was good. Nurse Patrice. And you have to kind of put in the HLB Foundation. That's kind of what you're representing. So you could do it that way. Yeah. So hopefully you can have all that on one line. I'm not sure, but maybe. Okay. All right. So really quickly, so that's a video. So if you took different small clips of what you're doing, different angles of the food, the prep process for the food, another video where you're in the pots showing the food that way. Maybe there's a video of you walking up and chopping up the food. So you have about 6 different clips and just let it do what it does. Okay? And if you need to reorganize, you can absolutely do that. But that's another way to do it. And then just do your voiceover. So imagine me in this video. You know, you can click sound. And then there's voiceover. And I'm just talking about, you know, the neural gum and all the different features of the neural gum. So again, that's how you would use the voiceover. Okay. Great. How you doing, Omeka? Hey, Luna. Hello. How's everything going, Omeka? Appreciate you being here, friend. So, so yeah, that's what I would say to do for content, and just play around with different formats. So again, this video, I probably would shoot it over because the quality looks kind of dark. So I probably would do it in a well-lit area. I would show it in maybe some different other angles and stuff, but that's a quick way to do it when you're trying to do shoppable content in particular, and you have the voiceover. And you guys know I shared this. Was driving, sorry for the in and out, no problem. And so I showed you guys before, I start with the showcase because the product link is there. Okay, sometimes people forget to do the product link. So that's why I start with the showcase, and then once you start with the showcase, then you can go in for the content disclosure. You can add the brand. You can do the anchor authorization. So if I go here and add the brand, let's see, what am I doing? Hold on, let me make sure. Okay, so if I add neuro, it's popped up. Oh, this one I had to coin up. Oh, that's sweet. Appreciate you, friend. So here, and so now that's there. And then I told you I turned this one off because I'm not sure about that. Hey T, how are you, friend? And so all of that is there, and then you can save that, have that also available. Okay, and then you put your description, put your call to action, other information. So if you didn't need a product link, would you just go to create it right there? Yes, yes. I wouldn't have done the first part where I went into my showcase. That's not needed. And then I wouldn't have done that last part for the content disclosure. That's not needed. So again, and I wouldn't have a product link if I didn't start. So really what I was talking about, the essence of this video is just focused on using the clips. So you can see these are all separate clips. And if I wanted to go in and change this to make some of those clips a little longer, because you know I have a 10-second in there. I can make that a little longer. So I can make this video probably close to a minute if I wanted to, or even 30 seconds if I wanted to add some time, or if I wanted to shave some time off, I could as well. Oh, you know, that's true. That is true. Nika Grace, let me pin Nika's comment. I don't know if you saw that, Trisha. But in Create, how do you let TT do the montage for you? It just did. What you mean? Okay, let me start over. Let me start over without the product link. So I'm gonna start as a regular video. Okay. To be honest with you, I really don't use Create. I just go to Post because I kind of know what to do there. But we're gonna use Create. So you're here. This is the Create feature. That's why you use the auto cut. See, I don't do all that. I just go to Post. So now I'm gonna add my little videos. So let me go back. I'm gonna select that one. And then, wrong way. Did Coach Rhonda come in? Don't let me forget to talk to Coach Rhonda if she came in. So I'm adding all the videos. Okay. Why does it say 5? This one? Okay, I missed the first one. Okay, so all the videos are added. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I am visual. So all the videos are added. I went to Create. So now these videos are added. Now let me start over. Let me go back. So Create I don't like because I didn't get the option. Because when I post, it gives me the option to give 15 seconds. But let's see. We're going to do Create because I want it to be a 15-second montage. So let's go to Create. Let me see if it does it. That may be why you're asking that question, like how do you do the montage? You probably can't because you're using Create. See, this made this a 40-second video. Remember I said my video before was 19 seconds. So I don't use Create. Yes. So you just made it a 40-second video. It didn't shrink it. So if I do it my way is I go straight here, I post, I click here, it's on 15 seconds, and now I'm going to add all those products again. So I added all 6 of those videos. They're all right here. I'm going to hit next. Hit next. What's it doing? Okay, there we go. I hit next. Now I'm going to go here. And it made it 19 seconds. Okay? So the Create way I don't do. I'll never do Create. So yeah, I have to manually adjust. You don't have to if you do it the way I just did it, because it just made it 19 seconds. It cut off half of those seconds for me. Thank you. I needed that visual too. Netting that. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Yeah. Thank you all for being here. Hello, Beauty Investigations. Thank you so much for joining. Everybody joining the live. I appreciate you all coming in. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the comments. I am Dr. Lisa, Launch Your Income Agency. We're talking all things going live. We're talking about content today. So I was just showing really quickly how you can have TikTok create kind of this montage for you. And so I picked 15 seconds. Now it gave me, thank you for the follow, it gave me 19. So it made it a little bit more. But I can go in and manually and change that if I needed to. And you know, with when you pick a video, you can change the speed of that video. So maybe I wanted to slow-mo something, or if I wanted to make something a little faster, I can do that. So all of that is available to me because of this montage approach. Let me know if I need to start over. Good afternoon, Dr. Lisa. Hello, Mrs. Treetop. How are you, friend? Appreciate you being here with the LYIA family, friends and family. I appreciate you. Coach Rhonda, did I see you come in? I think I did. Coach Rhonda, I wanted to share kind of a quick update, and I messaged you. So I wanted to share a quick update about the campaign you asked about in yesterday's meeting. In our Zoom meeting, you asked the question about that campaign. Here's what, and I'll show that real quick. Let me show it because I'm going to exit out of here so people can see what I see. Okay. So I'm gonna go to I'm here, and I just heard. Okay, I just heard your voicemail. Perfect, appreciate it. So let me answer. Thank you so much for the title gift to Mrs. Treetop for the kisses. Appreciate you. Let me share for the group just so that you guys know. Here's some things you want to pay attention to when it comes to the campaigns that are out there. I'm gonna go to the TikTok studio to lives. I want you guys to see really quickly some stuff that you want to pay attention to. Let me see if that one is in here for me. It may not be. Oh, it is. Okay. So this is the My Life, My Story campaign. Okay. So here it is. Okay. It talks about the rewards here, and then it talks about the requirements. That threw us off. Those are tasks that your viewers need to do. So this was the question at hand yesterday. Share the campaign to two people, two TikTok people, and open the page. So your viewers need to do that, not you. So this is all tasks your viewers need to do. So you need to get 10 comments from your viewers. You need to have your viewers send the heart me gifts, and you need them to share out this campaign. And when they get to your page, if they're in your live, the campaign feature is typically right here. They would see a little arrow to share out. It's not there here. It's not in here. It says share. Okay, yeah, they should see share. So they can share it from the live stream if you're doing that campaign. So that's what would happen. So those are tasks that your viewers need to do to support you in achieving that campaign. Okay? Yeah, that happened. Can I come up? Sure. Not a problem. Let me invite you up. Let's see. Hello.
Hi, Dr. Lisa.
Hello.
So really quick, I guess why that confused me is because the other two items on that screen, like for instance, the 4 or 5 heartbeats.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that I had 4 or 5, and I went and grabbed one in another person's room, and that went up to 5 or 5. So I do see at the bottom that it said creator viewer. I thought I was still doing everything on that viewer tab. If I don't have to do that third condition, you're saying that's what confused. I don't know. That's what confused me, because I literally had all the comments, and it said you have 4 or 5 hearts. I wasn't live. And I went into somebody else's room and grabbed the heartbeat, and that completed condition 2. And so I thought I had to also do condition 3. I didn't think it was for my viewers. But I mean, I'm gonna try it. I haven't had anybody try it. I'm gonna have them share it tonight.
Let's try it, because I want to make sure we're talking about the same thing. So you're saying you were a viewer and you did something and it achieved your goal.
Yes.
But you were acting as a viewer, not as a live host.
Say that again, Dr. Lisa.
You were acting as a viewer, not as a live host.
That's correct.
Right? I think that's it. You were acting as a viewer. I think so. So try it.
I didn't understand why I signed up for the campaign, and that condition is under the viewer tab.
You sure that it happened for you because you did it, or did somebody else do it for you?
I'm using that grabbing the heartbeats as a specific example. I kept going back to that page to see what I had met, and it said I had 4 of the 5 heartbeats. So I went in somebody's room as a guest, grabbed another heartbeat, and came back. So then I thought, well, I just need to share this campaign to 2 people, but that's what keeps failing.
I think it's something your viewers need to do. And you're saying because of the timing of it, you went there, it was 4. You went to somebody else live, sent a daily heartbeat, you came back and you had 5.
Yes.
I mean, it could have been you as a viewer, it could have been somebody else did it, and just the timing showed up the 5th one.
Later. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm gonna try it tonight and see. Because even when you look at the instructions I'm like, everything is spelled out. That is the one I do not see when you see the terms and conditions for that campaign.
Well,
so it's just,
I saw something that spoke to viewers.
Okay.
Rewards or viewers something. And I was like, well, wait a minute. And that's what made me go back and look. And I was like, why are they talking about viewers? And then I saw the word blaring at the top, viewer. I was like, oh, because the community fest was similar. It was a little confusing because people were saying, okay, what am I supposed to do? Well, there were tasks for the live hosts and there was tasks for the viewers. So these are viewer tasks.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Understood. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, friends. So yeah, so we'll see if that works out. But that was this campaign. So I just want to make sure people heard that and saw it as well. But we'll see. We're gonna test the waters. I'm assuming that is the case. The same thing I thought the campaign task is for me as the viewer. Okay, so you're saying you as the viewer. You as the viewer. Possibly. Possibly you as a viewer or for your viewers to do for your live. So it'll be interesting, y'all. But we know sharing it out didn't work. So I wonder if your viewers share it out, do you get credit? So let's test that and see. And Coach Rhonda, let me know if you go live. I'll come in your live. I'll share it out. So we'll see what happens if you get credit because I shared it. And then you can check and see. So I'm happy to be an example to see if it works. Okay? And I'll share it out. And I'll share it out to somebody in the room. And they go open it. And we'll see if we can fully close the loop on it and see if it works. C2 Detail, you asked the question. You said one of my biggest issues was I could not figure out how to turn my camera around so everyone can see me. So you have a couple different options for your live. It will be scrolling to the right of my page, right? Yes, I'm sorry, my camera's flipped around, but yes, that's it. So I appreciate your help. You're welcome. You're welcome. So let's say this, C2. Here's what I would tell you. When you go live, you're going to click this little here. Let me flip my camera because I'm all turned around. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate everybody joining the live. So you're going to click this in your, as a live host, in your right corner is 3 dots. They may even say more. It used to say the words, but now I think it's just images for most people. So 3 dots is the more. So when you click that, one of the features that you're going to see, let me go to it. I'll go live on this screen, on this page. Let's go live. So let's see. Let me just see go live. Okay. So you see me here. You see those 3 dots? This is me being live. You're going to click this. It says flip camera. Okay. That's what you're going to do. You're going to flip the camera. That's how people can see you as you're talking. So to see you, wait, you just flipped the screen. What you mean? Say that again. You said, wait, oh. I was like, oh, my screen, what just happened? Yeah, so I'm on my camera. My back camera showing me behind her. But yeah, you click the more and you can flip the camera. So I'm going to show, if I flip the camera, you guys are going to see you, hold on, what I just click. Let me flip the camera. You guys are going to see my messy room if I hit the live gifts. So there, you guys see all that. You see my screen, you see my YT, you see that because I'm showing my front camera, okay? And then when I show my back camera, it's showing, oh, I keep hitting get live gifts, I'm sorry. When I show my back camera, it shows me. So this is me on the back camera. Okay, got it. I just let them look at the flowers the whole time. Okay, so here's what I will say to this. You could have, and I'm going to do it here, it's probably going to get stuck moving forward, but we'll figure it out. You could turn on the dual camera, which is another feature. That's the little magic wand. You see the little wand there? That's where all these other little features, the sound effects, the heart effects that I use when I have my hand heart. And they have also, where's the dual camera? I can't see. Dual. So it lets you show your front and back camera at the same time. And so now you see both. So you see me here, and you see my little front camera. I'll move it over. See? Uh-oh, I deleted it. Hold on, I threw it in the box. Hold on one second. Um, okay, there we go. So now you see both. So they could have seen you, and if I want to flip it, so now you guys see my living room, my bedroom and stuff, and you see me on the back camera. So I'm right there. Okay, so it just depends on which one you want to show. So you can show both. You said, thank you so much. You're welcome, friend. So let me turn this, let me throw it in the trash can. And so when you slide it up, it should go to the trash can. On this phone, it's not doing that. So I'm not sure why it's acting up. So thank you all. Let me end this live. But yeah, so that's how you do it, okay? I'm going to go live just to play with them. Yes, yes. There's so many features. It is. So just know those are things you can do. Okay, I got it. You had them just looking at the flowers the whole time. I saw the flowers, like, oh, she's doing a gardening live. It's like she's a gardener too. He was like, I just couldn't turn the camera around. So yeah, you definitely could do that. So you said, Natty, invite me in. I am here to support. There we go. That's it, Fred. So C2 details. I appreciate you, Fred. You said you're gonna try to go live. So that was a test, obviously. When are you going live again? Put that in the chat for us. When are you planning to go live again? Let us know. Thank you all for being here. Yes, absolutely. We can learn together. There we go. Yeah, when do you plan to go live again? C2 details. And then let's do this. Roll call. Who else is going live? Let us know. Did you see my comment? Let me see, Coach Jesse. Hold on one second. You had a comment. Let's see, friend. I missed it. Okay, you wanna come up? Is that the question? Comment. Okay, I think that's what you're saying. You want to come up, but I didn't see another comment. If you had something else in there. Okay, you requested. Okay, I update my ISO on the app, and TT is still being so glitchy. Anything else? What you mean? What's the glitch you're seeing? Are you getting the analytics glitch? I think a lot of people have been getting the analytics glitch. I haven't gotten it, but know that that's probably something in there. Coach Jesse, I'm sorry. I should have said I was pulling you up. Hello, friend.
Hello. What is it? Afternoon. Afternoon. What a day I've had, Lord. I've had a day. But anyway, so yes, I've been working on a few things and hadn't had really a lot of time to kind of really promote it, but because I was kind of working on it behind the scenes to kind of get things aligned and and work with different people. So it's not last minute, but it seems it's gonna sound like it's last minute. But tonight I am doing a business and finance panel, and I was trying to do it all today, but the schedule could not work with everyone. So today I'm doing it with Janine and with one of my friends, Jerusha, who does business coaching.
Okay.
And then tomorrow I'm doing it with Lisa. Lisa couldn't do today, so she's
Lisa Bailey.
Yes.
Okay.
She's doing it tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And she's because this is all about finances and business coaching, and business strategies and business coaching, the financial strategies to kind of finish out the Q4 strong. And also I'm still trying to get Dr. Amy, so we can collaborate perhaps on the digital products.
Okay. Awesome.
And stuff like that. So it's kind of like stuff I'm working on because, with me going into Miss Jessie Motivates.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, I was supposed to do my Monday. What did I call it? What is Leanne? She knows what I called it. It was something, but I didn't get to do it because I had to do another meeting. But these are things I'm trying to bring brand new sense to change. To my room and my page and stuff like that. So I'm really trying to do my due diligence to also get out
She
in the
said M3.
streets.
You said you wanted to make something M3.
Yes, but what was it called though? What's the M3, Leanne? I don't forgot yet.
You need to write it down.
I know, and I did. I don't know where it's at. I'm trying to tell you, but I'm trying to. You know how I do Monday. I do the same every day. I got something different, and so I'm trying to. Okay, dogs. Really, I'm talking. I can't. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm trying to get things going into the room. So I was also, been out in the streets, right? And you know what happens to me when I go too far out in the streets. Sometimes I gotta come back because I get too far out there. So I'm trying not to get too far, but I want to make sure I do my due diligence in going out and connecting with new people and and build up new relationships and stuff like that, so that I could have people's support and at times when we do even the battles and all the things that we talk about, right?
Right.
And building our community. So I was in the Lisa the Lisa was talking about with my friend that you came in the room the other day.
Okay.
I was talking about her community. Her name is Lisa.
Okay.
So I was there today teaching battles. Oh my God. But that was funny and interesting. But what I want to say is this. Hold on, please. Usher finger 1 second. No. Y'all gonna have to go somewhere. No, go, fat boy, go over there. Gio, move. I'm over here talking and not over here playing in my bed. Oh, Jesus. All right, I'm back. So yes, here's an observation, okay, for being out in the streets of TikTok, so that you don't get discouraged. Remember that everyone is not as friendly or as inviting as we are as a community, right? Not just as an agency, but just as a community. I think that I can say we fairly do well with letting people in. Like we're not like no new friends. We don't. At least we don't act that way. We don't have that mindset. We're pretty open. So just know that sometimes it could be hard out here trying to connect and navigate the TikTok streets. But don't lose hope. Don't get discouraged. Don't get connected to the wrong people. Because I know I've done my share of that as well, and that was very discouraging for me. And that's one of the reasons why I was not really going out much in the streets. And I don't think I've ever said that out loud until I was talking about it in my room on Friday. We were talking. I'm sorry. Brush your fingers again. I'm not even on the door. I'll go downstairs and scare them away because I'm not going. All right, bye. So I realized that when we was in my room talking the other day, on Friday, and we was having conversations about the streets of TikTok, and I realized that I wasn't really going far away from the homeroom too far, because when I did stray away that couple of times, I picked up some things that I didn't want to pick up, right? And then I had to clean it up, and it kind of I guess not damaged me, but hindered me. So now I'm trying to get back out here, right, and connect with new people and new communities and new faces and stuff like that. And I realized that there is an inner hesitation because of that. And I know that there are times that we get connected and we meet people that are not so friendly or that are not so nice or that are not so cool. And there are people that are like really wild and off the hook, off the chains. They do some really off the wall stuff. But there's so many other people on the app
So in case anyone is like how I was, trying not to go far because of fear of connecting with the wrong folks and being in the wrong community, just really use discernment uh and you know what? If they don't, if you come across people or a group that just act like they don't want no new friends, you definitely don't want to be friends with them. Okay, just keep it pushing and keep it moving, but don't let it hinder you because you don't know who else. I don't know who else might be like that the way I was, and I know I'm friendly. But I also know that because of my level of friendliness, sometimes I open myself up for the wrong things and to the wrong things. And sometimes my faith and my relationship with God makes me have too much grace for people that can take advantage. So um, I'm speaking that out loud just so maybe it'll set somebody else free because it is setting me free. I don't want that to stop me from connecting. I don't want it to stop me from building new relationships. I don't want it to be like I love my homeroom, I love my agency, but I do want to make new other friends. I do want to bring new people even to the room, right? To meet us and I don't want to have the because it's like I sort of had a level of no new friends myself, even though I don't want nobody to act like that towards me. But I was really didn't even realize it that I was behaving the same way. Like I don't want no new friends, and I wasn't bringing new friends, you know. So I don't know. I just felt like I wanted to share that and say it out loud and just encourage us
Yeah.
in general to just still meet people because there's so many people on the app, so many people um, on the platform. There's so many people that you can connect with and have a relationship with. So don't let one situation or one maybe friendship on the app that didn't work out or the crazy stories you hear to let it scare you from making, you know, new connection. Because a lot of us that are working on our businesses. We do have services to offer, and we do have people we need to help. But if we are afraid to share that and we are afraid to open ourselves up, then we could potentially be stumping our growth and, of course, um, hiding the gift that God gave us and gives
Right.
us. So, I just wanted to share that out loud and just really be honest with how I was feeling and how I've been in realizing that, you know what, I don't want that to stop me. I'm gonna still, going out there and connect and hopefully that'll help somebody else that's listening.
That's
That
awesome.
was it.
Thank you for sharing that. No, I mean, I've been encouraging y'all to go beyond and connect with your target audience, connect with people who are within your demographic, and expand your circle. You got to. If you're going to be successful, if you're going to be able to really grow, you got to be open minded about that engagement piece. Okay? That's engagement in other people's lives and engagement in the content. You got to do the engagement piece. Okay? So
Yeah.
if I was gonna say three things is required, if I and you guys already know the two, I always talk about consistency. That means you are being consistent and thinking about your behaviors, but also thinking about engagement, engagement for you as well as your viewers. And then the last thing I would add is probably quality content because that quality is going to be where, and that comes with time and growth in terms of doing content creation, but that's going to be the next hurdle for you to figure out like what's quality content for you. But you got to expand. You got to. Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that. Like you said, to your name, Miss Jessie motivates. She's motivating
Yeah.
folks. She's motivating y'all. So hopefully you guys are listening and just recognizing TT is big on the quality content. Yes, yes, it is. Yes. And so you got to practice the content. But yeah, to Miss Jessie, Coach Jessie, to her point, you got to be open to expanding your circle, thinking intentionally about what is your growth strategy, and that means your followers, but it also requires you to get out there and do that engagement and maybe interact and connect with people in your niche. Now I think your other caution was be discerning in that. So, you
Yeah,
know,
be discerning.
mhm.
And you know, I mean, this I know everyone may not be people of faith, but there is a you know, an area in the Bible where it says, you know, Jesus was not even welcome in his own, you know, community and everything. And he had, well, I'm not saying us, but I'm just saying, like, there's times that you may not be welcome in somebody's community, in somebody's circle, and that's okay. Dust yourself off and dust your feet off and go where you are welcome. Go
Mhm.
where you are received. Go where people are. You know the song from Cheers. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name. Y'all know that song? You know that
Yes,
song?
we do.
And they're always glad you came. But you know, and you do. But just don't not do it because somebody else did something. Because everyone, you cannot hold everyone to the mistakes or failures of other relationships. And plus, you still have a business. Even in business, we take risks. Even in businesses, we have to know how to get up and try again when something didn't work. You know, we have to sometimes, soak, wash, rinse, and repeat.
Yeah.
You know, so don't let those things stop us. And I just wanted to, really put that out there for me saying it out loud, here in the room, but also sharing it as also my own personal truth that I've been struggling with. And so, and there is greatness here in this room, and there's also room for more great people to come into this room.
Absolutely.
And there's spaces for all of our greatness to go out there to be infectious and to be inspirational, to be motivational, to be encouraging, and to also help people elevate and help people grow and help people get to their next level as well, because we have a lot of brilliant and great minds in here. So and my good friend always say, I don't want to be the best kept secret, and she'll be saying that tonight, by the way. But I get that from her. I don't want to be the best kept secret, and we might as well share our brilliance and then also open to receive and hear what other brilliant minds also have to say.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. And you were talking about business concepts. You have to market your business. This is what this platform is for. Live streaming is the avenue for you to do marketing. You're doing digital marketing. Whether you didn't know that or not. I say that all the time. Back in the day I said that quite a bit because a lot of people didn't realize what was digital marketing. When you are live streaming, you are practicing a form of digital marketing. And so to understand marketing means that you actually have to communicate and you also have to do the work to connect with your audience. Okay, so that audience is a broad group. It could be, people in the content. It could be people, again, in your live stream. It could be like-minded creators, and they have people, and their viewers are people who may want to come see you as well. Not everybody's for everybody, but there is somebody for you. So just know that's important, and I appreciate you, Coach Jesse, coming in, just saying and repeating that. I mean, people need to hear things multiple ways and from multiple voices. So know that you guys are, you're building your community. So you have to do the work to grow it. Thank you for that. I appreciate your friend.
So hopefully you guys can
So
stop in.
really quickly, the event. Recap it one more time. The event is when?
I have one tonight.
Okay, tonight.
It's at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And tonight I have my friend Jerusha, who I met months ago.
Okay.
Um, and um, and then tomorrow it's me and Lisa.
Okay.
I'm open to other people who
Yes,
and I'm trying to get with Dr. Amy. I gotta try to get with Dr. Amy.
Okay. I love that. I love that. And again, the collabs that are happening is awesome. And I love the fact that you're collaborating with in the agency, but also outside the agency. That allows more voices and exposure to you because your friend has a community, and that community is going to get to know you. And then obviously Lisa and Janine, they have communities and they're gonna get to know you too. So that's not a bad strategy. The collaborations, and then if you got a collaboration that is gonna bring more eyes, more exposure, more people, that's awesome. So think strategically about your collabs as well. So I love the fact that you're doing that. So that is
Yeah.
great. Okay. All right, friend. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye bye. So yeah, guys, you guys are rocking and rolling. I love it. That's what this is all about. Just continue to grow, friends. Just to lean in on the collabs real quick. Real quick. I met with Lady Cole. Did Lady Cole pop in? I thought I saw her. Maybe she didn't. I'm not sure if she popped in or not. She must not have. Okay, Lady Cole. Lady Cole and I met. We did a one-on-one, and she was awesome. She was awesome. So she has some collabs that she's thinking about, and one of the things you said I haven't seen her. Okay, perfect. I think she was in my chat, so maybe she had flew through once at one point. um, so she is awesome. So she's thinking about a couple different collabs as well, and just thinking strategically about those collabs. Like, what does it mean to bring collaborations based on your audience and what they want to see and who they want to hear from? And that could be a variety of different voices. So it could be creators like Luna, wink, wink, that is looking to, as a viewer, she's not necessarily a seller. She's showing different tips and strategies for Lux Finds and stuff. Yes, right. And then she also has another collab, and that person has a lot of followers, a lot of views on their content. So again, that person is collaborating, and just understand how the app works. So Coach Jessie was just a guest in my room. Now, a couple things could have happened, and I didn't ask her to do this, but a couple things you can have happen when you have guests in your room. They can share the live out. They're going to share the live out to their followers, to their friends. Again, that brings more eyes to your room. Okay? Now, people who saw Coach Jessie, any of her followers, saw that she was live right now because she had a red circle around her. Even though she was a guest, she was live. How you doing, Kobe? Appreciate you being here. So when you're talking about collaborating with different people, think about who you're collaborating with. Think about how your audience is going to see that and view that person as somebody they want to hear from. But also think about how that person can draw more attention to your live stream. Okay? And some people have rules. I'm not necessarily something I do, but some people have rules like, hey, if you're going to be a guest in my room, if we're going to have a multi-guest panel, then you make sure you share the live out to your followers. You know what I'm saying? So that way, again, you're supporting my live because people now see that you're live. Okay? So keep that in mind. I don't want to underscore that enough. That is another opportunity for you to drive traffic to your room. Okay? So, so the collabs are great. The collabs in the agency are great. We are all knowing each other and connecting with one another, which is awesome. But I think there's an opportunity to go above and beyond too. So just think about that as well. Okay. Any questions about that? I want you guys to lean into that as another growth strategy, depending on what you're trying to do. Thank you for the populace, Lisa. Thank you for the title gifted donuts. Appreciate you, friend. Appreciate the gifts. I appreciate everybody supporting the live. The real Miss Bev. So yeah, so definitely make sure you're thinking about your growth strategy. Think intentionally about how you can build community beyond just people in the agency. And I think that's what Miss Jessie Motivates was sharing. Like, now it's up to you to see how you want to grow. And thank you for the dolphin. I appreciate that. And so if you are looking to grow very intentionally and strategically, you want to think about who you're talking to. Who's your audience? Who are the viewers in your live? And what do they want to hear? Who do they want to hear from? Okay? And not all of us have, we're not all knowing in everything that we do. So there's some other people who can come in and support your live stream. And so Miss Jessie Motivates, she is bringing in people who are financial experts. And that's something she wants to help people understand and help motivate and encourage them to think about their finances. So great topic, great thing to align with what you're doing. And I love the fact that you are doing a couple different collaborations. So that's going to be awesome. Okay. All right, friends, let me know if there's questions. I appreciate you all being here. We talked about content creation. We recapped the morning with Halaku. Halaku, thank you so much for the morning chat. I appreciate you, friend. She came up as well, and she was sharing some tips about content creation, and I thought was just really brilliant. So just recognizing that you want to make sure you're taking advantage of some of those features. You want to kind of silence the noise. I mean, this is the flip side of what Coach Jesse was talking about. There are some people who are out there that are just doing content to based on the trends and to grow their followers and their engagement, which that's their strategy and that's okay, but recognize it for what it's worth. Okay, so because you use the 4 grid photo thing does not mean you're going to go viral. Obviously, that feature is great to use if you want to start engaging in that way for your content, but what a lot of those creators are doing is telling you to now use that feature. They're not necessarily going viral because of the feature. They're just telling you, hey, here's a new feature. TikTok wants you to use their feature, so here's how you use that feature. So they just don't say it that way. Okay? So recognize that. They just don't say it that way. They make it seem like, oh, if you do this feature, you're going to go viral. No. Just recognize you can use that feature amongst other features. Okay? So she talked about the grid. She talked about text post that you can put in your stories. So use some of the different features that are out there. The other thing she shared, and we both kind of talked about it in different ways, posting your content, but maybe doing some engagement after you post. And I said, we'll do some engagement before you post as well, because that helps to solidify your content. When you think about creating high quality content, you want to do that engagement and get some ideas from other creators, maybe hashtags, sounds, catchy hooks, call to actions. That's going to be important, and you can bring that into your content. Okay, and so you do that engagement first, and you're like, oh, I'm going to use this particular hashtag because I see where that did well, or I'm going to use that hook or those words that makes sense because I'm going to do my video in this way. And then she said, hey, then go do some engagement after that. So that's important too. So then you go to their page and they haven't used it. I know they haven't. Now, the only saving grace, I'm going to say this, is that many of those new features are for your stories. So they might have used it and put in their stories, and the stories only stay there for 24 hours, so you don't see the posted content. So maybe. Ideally, they used it. I don't know though. That's good to know, yes. But you don't really know if they really used it or not. But you would like to think that they were honest and they actually put it in their stories and they did in fact use it. But there's no evidence of that. Um, so, but recognize that you could put things like that in your stories. I saw a room where they were gifting each other the same gift for their own galleries. Why? I saw a room where they were gifting each other the same gift for their own galleries. Why? Gifting each other the same gift. Um, because it was probably even wash when you think about donuts. If it said to put 5 donuts in, you send 5, somebody else sends 5 to you. So you got your gallery fixed, they got theirs fixed. And so it's an even swap in that sense, where you spent some coins, they spent the same amount of coins. That's the one thing I thought about, but that's something they're doing to make sure that everybody gets their gift gallery filled, and maybe they leave some of the bigger gifts for their community to fill up for them. Are you supposed to use them in your story instead? Yes, that's the understanding that many of those newer features are stories. Yeah, for stories. How does that help you? Your gift gallery's filled. So I think that's what you're saying. That's a way to fill your gallery. Yeah, probably. Yeah. So they're getting their gallery filled. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. that's what just happened. That's essentially what just happened. Yeah. So. Thank you so much for the roses. Oh, you're the title gifter too. Appreciate that. All right, friends. Let me know. Let me turn that down. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all. A lot of Ailey does that gifting gallery set. A lot of Ailey does the gift gallery set. Are you asking, do they gift gallery reset? Somebody scratching my got you. Does your gallery getting filled help you? Yes, in theory, yes it does. Yes, it's weekly to help you grow and level up. Yeah. So it's part of when you think about it. No, you're saying. Oh, you're saying it. I don't know what you said. I have to go back and look at it. Um, Give me 1 second. Let's see. Let me go back to your comment. Nika Grace, a lot of A-League does the gift gallery reset. Why did you say it that way? I'm not sure of that. Catch you later. Thank you so much, Patrice. Sunday after reset, they gather rooms and fill each other's gallery. I watched it. Amazing to see. Yes. Yeah, a lot of people do that. Um, so we could talk about that in a Zoom meeting. I caution, okay, that can become very messy, for lack of a better word. I've seen it go wrong as well. Okay. So I just want to make sure that we are being intentional about what we're asking of each other. Okay. So that's why I don't put that out there as a as a practice. If you want to put it out there beyond the agency for your community, absolutely. You can absolutely do that. How does a creator network help creators? I am new to this concept. Hello, Monique. How are you, friend? Thank you for being here. Creator Network. Let me give you the breakdown, friend. Give me 1 second. Let me catch up on a couple comments I might have missed. One gift after another, like a movie. Gotcha. And costly, laugh out loud. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate you. Hi. Okay, so Monique, really quickly, when it comes to Creator Network, a couple things people will talk about. So every Creator Network is different, but one of the common denominators is that TikTok allows Creator Networks to advocate on your behalf if you have a violation or if you're banned, and also Creator Networks have um, live data to support your growth strategy. So depending on the agency you belong to, they can share additional information about how your live streams are performing and ways you can improve. So just depends on the agency you pick if they have a data-driven approach. I do have a data-driven approach. I want to make sure you guys are thinking strategically about how you can improve the stream, but also how you can monetize. Okay, and we talk about different ways to monetize in the in terms of your live stream. I do a Zoom meeting every week on Sunday. I come live twice a day, 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern. I also do one-on-ones with you if you're looking to grow, and we talk about different concepts so that you understand how to perform in your live stream. We also have a school platform. We have here on TikTok, we have our group chat as well. So we are a great community. We're supporting each other. So that's my agency. My agency is really for people who are looking to go live and looking to grow and monetize, whether it's passive or active income. So that's what I focus on, and I want to help you do that. If you're interested in joining the agency, I didn't include the link, so I'm going to put it up there in a second. So you're welcome to apply. But I only ask that people who apply, you are already got live access. So that means you don't have to do a trial live. That means that you can go live because TikTok has already approved you to go live and you've gone live before. Okay? So that's the only caveat. And then once you apply, TikTok does have rules on who can be accepted. So you can't be with another creator network. I tell people it's one network per person. Even though you may have multiple accounts, you only have one per person. And if you're currently with an agency, you have to stay with that. Well, you would have to make a decision on what you decide to do. But essentially, you can only have one per person. I'm not going to talk about what happens next. When it comes to US or Canada, that's what my agency are approved for. So if you're beyond that, you can't join. And then if you have any violations on your account, you can't join. And if you earn too much, 5,000 or more dollars per month over the last 5 months, then TikTok says you're ineligible. You've earned too much. Okay, for a creator network agency. So, and then 1 million followers is another rule. There is an elite status that you can join under, but again, that's based on your overall growth that you've had on the app. Exactly, you can get in trouble if you say the wrong words. Yes, you can. In the room, they were asking each other what they felt comfortable. Okay, yeah. So let's see. Thank you so much. So agents are only for live. Agents, so the creator network agencies is for the live stream. There are other programs, but this one is for the live stream, for live streaming. Okay? Yeah, so that's what this program is for. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, if you guys want to spend some time on Zoom to talk about it, I'm not opposed to it. But again, I think it's something you want to think about strategically. You want to be open and willing to support, and again, that support would need to be reciprocated, and everybody needs to be okay with that. You know, sometimes people are like, oh, this was a bad week for me. Well, the TikTok weeks ain't gonna stop. So it may have been a bad week for you, and you got and benefited from people giving to you, but then now you can't in return do it. So that's the type of stuff you need to kind of think about. So I don't want people to all of a sudden get upset and they're like, well, yeah, you benefited, but now other people can't benefit from you supporting them. So that's the messiness that I've seen happen, where people are like, oh, well, no, I can't do it. And again, it is something you need to factor in a budget. Exactly, that happened before. Yeah, it happens all the time. And people have the best intentions, but again, this is a weekly weekly experience. Yeah, that guy went into a room, Dr. Lee said he gifted the box above 20K. You should invite him. Invite him for what? Invite him to gift the room. It's okay. Yeah, come here. Come over into my room. Come back. No, I think that was a serious question. I think you are making a serious statement, but you know, I mean, that generosity was on his own accord, so I didn't expect that. Yeah, I've seen it go wrong and right. Yes, to gift us. You said to gift. Like, can you come in my room again? And everybody in the room. everybody wins. But yeah, so yeah, it can go wrong and it can go right. It can. I don't fault that it can't go right, but I just want to be cognizant of that. I'm very sensitive to people and their circumstances. And not everybody on here is winning in that way. So it doesn't work like that. He does it randomly. For people on panels, I know it's very random. It's very random, and you know, it's his own generosity. I'm not sure if it's from me yet. Going live, yes, but it's costly. Yes, it is costly. It is something you have to factor in and be willing to do. Yeah, I know you were serious. I know you were, but it don't work that way. Yeah, the Creator Network, when it comes to going live, it is not for everybody, and you know, I would tell people to question why you won't do it. That's probably where you know, to me, that's more of a mindset thing. And then you have to decide how do you fit it in your schedule or some other things like that. But if you're doing it because you're scared, you're nervous, afraid, then to me, that's a different conversation. When it comes to the Creator Network program, it is also a free program. I always tell people that I should lead that way, but it is a free program. So you're not paying. TikTok pays you through the diamonds that you earn, and those are rewards that you get. That's the Scale Live Rewards program. And then TikTok gets a cut of that, and then they pay the agency a few percentages for the support that they're offering. So just know that's a program that you can participate in, but it's a free program. I'm going to start praying he comes in our room. Okay. I am making the effort. There you go, friend. I love it. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for that. You said, Janine, you said, but this is my question. Do people really do that because they expect others to do the same? Okay, the way I see it, and I talked about this earlier in terms of marketing. If you're a true business, you know, you set aside. So let me say this differently. There are people who are extremely generous and very gracious and generous in how they do things. So without a doubt. So that aside, I think that's exactly what just happened. Well, that's what happened a few months ago. So that aside, and then there are also people who are very business savvy and strategic. And if you're going to spend money on your marketing, and you allocated a marketing budget, then to a certain extent, you put some dollars towards that type of engagement so that it will bring new eyes, new people to your room because of that level of generosity. Okay? So that could be very strategic too. So just think of it that way as well. Could be very strategic in terms of how you do things. And that's okay because this is a business. It is a business. And many people have platforms where they're talking about their business as well. So you want to bring more eyes and visibility in that way as well. I went live 3 times myself and had a good amount of likes. I'm looking for a support group. Oh, look at you, lady. How are you, Lady Nikki? Appreciate you, friend, to guide me through TikTok's live. Okay. You're welcome to join the agency. Hey, Monique, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. You say, yep. Exactly. Exactly. So, the generosity is well received, but at the end of the day, it's not necessarily reciprocated, but it's like, okay, let me get some new people to connect with. That's okay. You can do that. That's the same way if you were to put, thank you so much for the populars. That's the same way if you were to put dollars on towards promoting your live stream or your content. You're trying to get more visibility, more eyes on your live stream. But instead, if you do it that way, let's be real. People are gonna be like, oh, let me come over here and see what's going on over here, and I know that's what happened, and that happens all the time. So that's perfectly fine as well. It's a great strategy. You get people who support you now. Okay. So I'm thinking, I think I answered your question, but let me know if you're like, no, Dr. Lisa, no. But I would imagine it does help to do that because now people are like, okay, let me come there and I'm going to support and do the gift gala and do all the things for you too. Hey, Sultry Nana, how are you? Chris Piesman, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, friend. I'm getting the positive vibes in here. I would love more information. Oh, I appreciate you, friend. I got it. You answered me. It's definitely changing the game when you look at it as marketing. Yeah, to a certain extent, that's the way I saw it. Well, that's the aspect of what I saw. Let me say that I saw very generous, obviously, very, he was. I mean, it was just a nice gesture, nice act, nice act of kindness. So I value and appreciate that. But at the same time, to that point, there is something else that can come from that. That's the way you taught me. Yes. Yeah. You are in an agency now. Yeah. Okay. You still need to manage that marketing budget. Yeah, you definitely do. You definitely do. Depends on your business though. Depends on how much you got coming in. You can allocate money towards marketing. So if that's the case, and a lot is coming in, then you got a bigger budget you can play with. So yeah, I'm assuming there's a lot coming in. I feel most of my gift gala early this morning, but I dropped my lead. I went back down to D. Did you really? The leads are daily. I want to say that even though you might get the gift gallery filled in one day, it does need to be. You need to make sure that you're getting a shield so that you can protect your league, that you are leaguing up, and being consistent with your live stream and all the engagement that happens on a 24-hour clock. Okay, so that's important. You said all relative, right? It is. And again, I don't profess to know pockets over there, but I do know there's a lot of generosity that's happening with some of those higher levels, and it is reciprocated. I will say that because of it, and people are coming in and supporting right on back. All right, so that's a big piece of it. So I don't dismiss that. Last week was hard for me to fill my C gifts. Yes, C is hard, B is harder, but it depends on your audience and your community. It is hard. It is daily. Does only Sunday leagues up really matter unless we're doing multiple levels? So you're saying if you league up on Sunday at midnight, is that really where it all matters? That's an interesting concept. I'm going to say possibly not. only because during the week you can drop. You know what I'm saying? So if you are not going live and not growing, then you're going to constantly drop, and then you're going to have to try to pick it all up on Sunday. So I don't know if it officially matters on Sunday. I see what you're saying though. Do you have to go live every day or so many times a week? Kobe, what I tell people is that it really depends on your schedule and how you can commit. If you want to see the maximum growth, if you want to see your room start growing and you see more people engaging, you're building community, people need to see that you're showing up. And so you build those fans. Hello, mixing up with Gigi. Hello, friend. You're building that community because of your consistency and probably because you're showing up daily and people can count on you to be here. So that's a big piece of it. So, however, you can show up a few days a week and still let people know here's your schedule. They understand that schedule and they make that part of when they continue to come back and support you. But really, the consistency and going daily is where you see the most growth. And then as you're growing even more, you may even decide, and there's some people who do this, decide like me to do 2 a day, or think very intentionally about when you are live, what time you go live, so that is when your viewers and your audience can most come and engage back with you. When it comes to the whole notion of a fan club, the thinking is that your community is coming back and they're expecting to see you and they become a fan of yours because of that. And they know how to engage. So you have a fan club up top, but they know how to engage and they continue to come back and do all that engagement, sharing the live out, liking the live, commenting, sending in the stickers. All those things matter to how your live will ultimately get seen and get pushed out to the FYF. Okay. Thank you for the daily heart. We appreciate it, friend. So, yeah, Dana, thank you all for coming in. I appreciate everybody who's coming into the live. Let me know if there's other questions. I always like to answer questions, especially for my friends who are new to the live. I'll stay on probably another 20 minutes or so. I'm trying to, I'll probably try to go to 2 hours of a live stream, but all of that matters, y'all. So, we talked about leagues. We talked about growth. Anybody, if you're new to my live, you're interested in the agency, let me know. I don't have the link up. I usually will have. I guess I should put the link up just to make sure it's accessible. Is it good to do those battles? Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Battles help you grow as well. Let me add my link for the agency. I didn't do that. So you guys should see it. It's pinned on the screen. That's the agency link, and then it's going to be in the left corner in a second. So you'll see it there. But yeah, those battles help with building your community, having your community rally behind you for that event, but also gives you more exposure because you're battling against another creator in their community, and then it's part of your monetization. So when people battle, I'm going to say that that's part of the lead conversation too. When people battle, they're being intentional about growing and battling so that they can potentially league up. Okay, so that's part of the strategy, especially depending on if they are in a more competitive level for battles. Okay. So yeah, so all that matters. Hello, friends. Thank you so much. How you doing, Sultry Nana? Thank you for the popular gifting matters. People give more in battles. They do. Thank you for saying that. You know what? I usually say that. I'm sorry. So Nika said it for me, but essentially when battles happen, that's the most that people will gift in that 5-minute time frame than they normally do. So people do battle because that's where the community is rallying behind you. They're appreciating what you're sharing, and then ultimately people will gift a little bit more. So that typically happens too. So that's why people battle. It's definitely part of your monetization strategy. You want to factor that in. In this agency, I don't require battles, but I do tell you why you do it, and it's up to you to do it if you want to offer it as something you want to have as your monetization strategy. What I tell people, thank you so much, Lady Nikki. What I tell people is just to be really communicate with your community, because they're the ones that have to support you. And if you do it in a way that seems genuine to your room, like maybe you're doing something as a first time, or you're doing it as a way to kind of build community, or you're celebrating something in particular, that's a great way to do it, or doing it for a cause. So on Saturday, we had a battle that was for breast cancer awareness as an agency event that we did, and a few people, I think it was 10 of us that battled, 10 people that battled. And then you also can do it as like, okay, this is my first time battle, come out and support me. And your community may support in that way as well. So it just depends on what you're trying to do with your community. There are people who make battling a big part of it, and they create teams. There's literally a battle team, and then those people support each other when it's time to battle, and they're getting power ups, and they're making all that part of it. Thank you for the roses, being a title gifter. 240 views, 90 likes, 2 saves. Look at you. Wait a minute, 2 saves. Was that content, or was that your live stream? GM, what happened, friend? What was that for? You said 2 saves. Well, was that a video? I think you said 2 saves. That made me think of a video. But congratulations. That's good. That's good. Awesome. We talked about, oh, my live stream. 2 saves. 2 shares, you meant? Maybe you meant shares. People shared your live out. That's what you meant? Okay. So that's good. That's good. That's good start data. That was number 2. This is live stream number 2? Okay. Video of live stream. Okay, bookmark. Okay. That was the video of your live stream. Okay, gotcha. No, that was a save. It's a save. I see what you're saying. It's a save. Yes. So that was a video. Oh, that video did well. 2,500. That did good. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That was a good video. What you talking about in that live? 2,500 views, 90 likes, and 2 saves. Yeah. What was your live about? People are like, we've been waiting to hear from you, Miss Comic Books. Paid for advertising. Oh, you promoted it. Gotcha. Okay. 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 He said, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm not, I'll say this. I'm not necessarily a big proponent on promoting content. As much as I would do for promoting live. Live, I see it as different because it's a different approach, because you're promoting to get more views in the live. Now, obviously, you got to keep people in the room, but at least we'll get you a little bit more views and engagement because people are coming into your live stream. So I think that in that way, promote makes sense. When it comes to promoting my content, I did it for the first video. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, when it comes to promoting my content, I just think that is a different category of promote, because people can swipe, they can not swipe into your live stream either, but I think it just offers a little bit more onus on you for them to hear what you're sharing, feel like it resonates with them, and they may stop and stay and listen. And you can engage them. You see people coming into your live. Hello, Raymond. And to a certain extent, they may stick and listen to what you have to offer. Whereas the content, I don't know if you have the same leverage and flexibility on it. So that's my thoughts about it. But no, that's good. You said for the first one you did it, so that's good that you got the saves, because that means people listened to your live and saved it too. Listen to your video and save the video. Hello, Miss Darlene, as well as the likes. The likes, people didn't have to like it, so that's good. It actually is very good. So you did well. Okay. All right, friends. Let me know if there's other questions. I appreciate everybody coming through. We're going to get to talking tomorrow. I see you, friend. Miss Darlene, hello, friend, as well. We're going to get to talking tomorrow. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit more about content and just making sure you guys stay motivated this Monday. I want to make sure that you guys are thinking strategically about your live journey. You said my first shoppable video, I got 4,400 plus views for my knee massage. Did you really? That was your first shoppable too? That's good. So did you do that strategy where you sent your link and your ad code to the seller? Because it's good. Maybe they promoted it. That's really good. It really is. So did you get them to promote? That's awesome if you did too. And if you didn't, you can go back and share with them. Not sure. No, you would know if you did it. If you didn't do it, you didn't do it. So you want me to show you what I'm talking about? Let me know if you need me to show you. If you're saying not sure, because you need to do it now. So that's great if you got that much traction and you didn't send it to them. Okay. Thank you all who are here. I appreciate you all coming in. Thank you for liking the live, commenting, and sharing the live out. I appreciate you. Let's see if we can get to 50K before I leave today. Thank you for all your great information. You are so welcome, friend. Appreciate you all being here. So let me, Miss K Latte, let me know if you need me to show you what you need to do with the video now. Okay? Drop a heart if you want me to show it to you. Okay. Thank you so much. Hey Gwen, how are you, friend? Hello, hello. That's when I first started with you in March. Uh-oh, you might have got filtered. Oh, you're saying for your first video, that's an old video, it's not a new one? Okay, I think that's what you're saying. It's an older video. Okay, so you could go back and send it to him though. You know, yes. I mean, if it's a product that is still trending, I don't know. I would probably send it to him. So when you go into a video, really quickly, I'll show it to you. So you can click the three dots here, and you want to go to Ad Settings. See the Ad Settings symbol here, and then you can go to make sure you have the brand deal, authorization, and then you can say manage. That video code is where that ad code is. Manage. You're gonna copy that link, and then you're gonna come back out. Let's say up here, and then you're gonna copy that link, put in a note, and then you're gonna copy the video itself. Copy the link to the video. So there's two different links you're copying. And then what I showed you guys before is that I go to my notes, and I have a note that's already pre-prepared that has the video link and my ad code link. I'll paste that in there. I'll remove these and I'll paste those new ones in here. And then this is a message to the seller asking them to promote my video. And so because your video is an older video, you can actually change under that ad code area. You can change how long you want to give them ad authorization. Okay, so you can extend it and give them, I don't know, 365. You said I like that. So you can send that to them and say, hey, this is a video I posted, previously, but the video has over 4,400 views. This may be a good video to promote to other people, to add additional ad promotion dollars to get more people to like this video or engage with this video. So I would do that. You said that's a great strategy. Yeah. Even if it's old, you can extend the ad authorization so that they have, 180 days, 365. It's up to you. I don't know if you set it at 365. That's great if you did. And you can send them the ad code and the video link and just a little blurb. You say, yes, great advice. You're welcome. So yeah, for every video, when you do the shoppables, you should always do that. For any of your shoppable videos, you can always do that to let them know, like, hey, here's a product I did, or video I did, and see if they support. Okay. All right, friends. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everybody joining the live. Let me know if there's any final questions. I'm almost at the end of my live. You said will do. You're welcome, friend. I'm almost at the end of it. Let me know if you have questions, especially if you're new to my live. How you doing, Yolanda? So people in the agency, really quickly. I am going to be creating, and you'll see it shortly because I need to do my homework, but I'm going to be creating a match event for this Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you guys want to participate in it, it's going to be a match event for this Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So you are welcome to join that event. I'm going to ask that you respond to my school request respond in school if you're interested in participating. Okay? And anybody who said I'm in. Okay, Miss Darlene. So respond to my school, because when I create the event, I just want to be able to go to that one location. I don't want to forget nobody. So let me know. I'm gonna go to that location. I'll be like, Miss Darlene, so I can include you. But yeah, so I'll definitely do that. And then it is the hour. So if we do need to stagger, maybe we'll message and come up with a schedule in our little inbox chat, so that you guys know who's going when. I have comic book up for sale. Do I keep it or become an artist creator instead? I don't know. Depends on your goals. What's the artist creator? What does that mean? What do you mean by that? Let me know what you mean by that. Thank you for the follow, Regina. I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate you supporting. Let me know if you had any questions. Yolanda, you said you're in as well. So okay, that's perfect to know. I'm gonna say yeah, the school post, when I post it, make sure you just do it. I'm gonna give you guys a quick turnaround because I'm gonna do it tonight, and I'm gonna need people to respond by Wednesday evening. Okay, that you want to do it. Okay, thank you all for coming in. Okay, perfect. You said the menu, it says creator. The menu says creator. The menu. You mean your bio? What's the menu? Creative oh, is that what you're saying? Your bio description? You're saying, is that what you're referring to? Your bio says creator? Artist creator instead of creator? I think that's what you're asking. And I think either way is fine. No screen to choose, an option to pick. What screen are you looking at? What screen is that? What screen and where? For the live stream? We're all creators on live. And you're saying artist creator. You haven't put it up yet. Right, no I haven't. I'm gonna do it after this live. So it'll go up after this live. Doesn't say it. I'll print screen next time. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure where you're referring to, but creator's fine. Artist creator, and your bio, you had a physical book or something you purchased or made. It just depends on what you're talking about. I'm gonna say creators should be fine, but I think artists are usually people who actually have some type of performing art, or they're doing something artistic in terms of physical, like maybe they're drawing, maybe they're doing something that requires them to be on the screen doing something in particular, coloring, artwork that they're creating. So that's what I'm thinking of. So if that's not your live focus, then maybe I would say just creator. I think that's where I would go with that. All right, friends, you guys are awesome. You know what, Nika Grace, did I get the flash goal? I did not get the flash goal again, did I? TikTok has not been interesting to me. TikTok, I don't think I got the flash goal. I don't recall getting it. I everything's a blur now. So, anybody was here when I said, you said no, I did not. Thank you, Nika. Nika's my other sounding board for what happens, what's reality in this live stream. What's real and what's not. I don't think I got, so she said no, we did not get the flash go. I didn't get it at 10 o'clock either, so maybe they're taking a flash go break. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. I don't need the flash go. So we're taking a break. That is lovely. Anybody else going live today? Anybody else going live? Let me know if you intend to go live, and what's your time zone, and topic, friends. And definitely get out there and support your community. People need to hear your voice. Okay? So feel free to go live. All right? Okay? So let me know if there's any questions. I did. You just did 3 hours? Wow. Wow. You said you plan on going live this evening. Okay, Lady Nikki. Lady Nikki Crazy? Is that what it is? Lady Nikki Crazy. What is that name about? Let me see your bio. God's child, Mama 5, blessed, Nikki being Nikki. Positive vibes and great, and it gets cut off on me. I don't know why the bios get cut off. But yeah, so it got cut off. But all right, friend. Yeah, is this going to be your first live? Let me know if this is gonna be your first live. Or do you go live regularly? And then others in the room, who is new to going live, put it in the chat for us so we know if you are new. Appreciate you guys. So keep going live, y'all. That's the thing about it. And obviously, there's going to be some things you need to learn and understand, some strategy in terms of how you can think about your live stream and some of the features here. Hello, the cookie edition. Half day for her, so I had Nana duties. Oh, we got cut off. You talking about your grandbaby? I think your comment got cut off. Yeah, I think you're talking about your grandbaby. So that's good. So, Lady Nikki, I'm assuming this is your first live. I will be live at 7:45 Eastern. Look at you. What's your live about? Midlife what? 40 plus creator. What's the live stream about? Going live in a few. Oh, you're about to go live in a few. So yeah, it got cut off. So you're actually about to go live. So that's good. Yeah, let's see. Going to co-host at 6. Who you co-hosting with? That's awesome, Miss Darlene. Co-hosting. Love it. Miss Me Digital, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you as well. All right, friends. So we got a great lineup going on. So if you are new to the live, just know this is a live of people who support, people who want to collaborate, people who are looking at ways to grow their community, and they will support yours as well. So just know that that's all happening here. All right. If Grand Girl pops in on it, what do I do? I would encourage you to think about your physical location so that way you can kind of control grandbaby just popping in on the screen. And I know sometimes I think you might be close to a door, so you probably need to position your body in a way that maybe you can have eyes on the door. So when my son comes in my room, when he pops in, you guys never see him because the way my phone's positioned, where my body's positioned, I can play defense. Make sure little boy don't get in the camera. But I would avoid that if I were you. I would try my best to avoid it because I've heard people say that has messed up their live stream. The algorithm never treated them right for a while, and some other damage control that they had to take care of. Because I'll tell her not to, and she will just try to be funny. I know. Hey, you've heard him in the background. And I have to be serious, like, don't come over here. Because sometimes what happens is that sometimes he's able to pop in on a Zoom meeting and he'll come sit in my lap, and the Zoom's not a bad thing. My lives, I have to control him from doing that. So in his mind, he thinks it's okay. And I have to say, no, you can't come in here. So I would say position yourself where you can play defense if you need to. Be like, hey, not in this camera. No, you won't. Going live at 8 p.m. Eastern. Coach Rhonda, let me know if you need me to pop in specifically for the campaign. So I think you do. I'll try my best to make sure I am available and can pop in. Trying to league up. I'm in the top 5% of C5. Look at you. Nice, nice. All right, I have to block with my chair. You said block with your chair. Like I said, maybe there's a position like you can come this way and so have your phone in a slightly different way so you can look at the door. So that way when she comes in, you can like, hey, no. Not today. What did grandma tell you? So that way you can do it, okay? I will let you know. Lena says she is going to come in and try it also. Okay, perfect. Leanne, maybe Leanne. Typo trying to get to C5. Look at you. Claim it. Claim it either way. C5, you either there or you gonna be C4. Okay? Pick which one. But you got it, friend. You definitely got it. So keep going. Yeah, let me know. Yeah, keep me posted, Coach Rhonda, if you need some additional. You said I'm Nana. 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 That's it. Not grandma. I prefer glamour, but it's never stuck. Glamour. I think I might be a glamour too. I think I would be. Correct. I typed her name wrong. Okay, gotcha. Leanne. Okay. Um. So yes, I think I would try to be a glamour too. Like, look here, glamour. but But yeah. So yeah, you got to tell her like, Nana. Nana said you can't come in here. Don't be funny. I would, like I said, kids is just a wild card. I would not risk it. You know, that's just TikTok is funny in that way, especially if you have on your audience control, which you probably do. You got to think about that. And then, obviously, if you are talking about sensitive topic for from a content disclosure perspective, yeah, I wouldn't do it. Very cute T-shirts with it, with the glamour on it. Okay, that's cute. That's cute. Yeah, I will see. We told ours to give us 10 years. If we can get 10 years, let's get them closer to their 30s. Closer to their 30s would be ideal before they start bringing additional mouths for us to feed. So we'll see. I want a grand, just being patient. I can't say this to my daughters. He said this is a safe space to drop that, huh? This is a safe space. Yeah, we in a safe space. I'm telling y'all, I don't want no grands. I'm good. I'm good. But you guys know I was an older parent. So, um, so yeah, so having a 5-year-old and then having a 20-year-olds is different. So yeah, you said I'm a yaya. You're a yaya. That's the name Yaya. I kind of like that too. That's cute. Yaya. That's super cute. Yeah, Yaya. I love that. Um, you said I have 4 kids and none of them want kids. You know what? I would be okay with that too if none of them had kids. But I think I say that now, obviously, because I have a little one already. We already been through that. So yeah, I think I'm good. I'm good on grands. You said me too. Yeah, I'm good on that. They little brother, and hopefully he's being some type of contraceptive for them because look here, y'all don't want this. Y'all don't want to deal with this. That's cute. My parents are Yo-Yo and Yo-Ya with my daughter. Oh, that's cute. You didn't want to do that with your grandbaby? I guess not, huh? It's probably too confusing, huh? Nice. All right, y'all. Y'all so sweet. Thank you for the roses. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna try my best to keep them focused. You know, our oldest, he's probably the one that's gonna make us a grandparent sooner than later. So we gonna knock on wood on that one that he does not create that for us. So we'll see though. All right. One of my daughters said no grands, and others said here's 7 grandkids. Oh wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's my sister gave my mom. My parents have passed on, but my sister gave my mom 5. She was like her kids were the first grandkids, and then at the time for the longest, you figure I just had the one daughter for the longest, so I had the one, and then my brothers they had 4 each. Yeah, both of them have 4 kids, and I had one. And then obviously I got remarried and had my son. So, but yeah, my mother was like, I'm good on grandkids too, because y'all gave me a lot. I was like, hey, I waited. They didn't wait. But yeah. All right, friends. Well, thank you so much, y'all, being here. I appreciate you guys engaging and supporting the live. Let me know if there's any final questions before I head out. Today is Kim Love's birthday. Is it really? Oh, is she going live? Do you know if she's going live? Is she? She had a pretty good live yesterday too. She had a great live. She's taking. Oh, so she is. Okay, okay. I'll start by. I'll start by and see her. I think she's 8:30 or 9 p.m. something like that. She wasn't sure about live. Oh, she wasn't sure. Okay, okay. I'll go look. Okay, about to have 9 grandkids. You're about to have 9? Probably. Okay. Wow. Y'all. And I will say, how often do you go live? I go live daily, twice a day, 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. So you can catch me twice a day, daily. I will be here all this week. No, as of today, let me knock on wood. Have no conflicts. Every now and then I'll have a conflict, but no, there's none this week that I'm aware of. So I should be good. So yeah, daily. Are you going live midlife? What's your live schedule, friend? Hello, Indigo. How are you, friend? Hey. My oldest granddaughter just turned 18. Oh, wow. October 2nd. Ooh. Wow, Miss Darlene. I love that. My grandgirl is like, I'm nice to you if you buy me a toy. Oh, wow. Yeah, she know who to go to. She knows she can go to grandma. She can't pull that with her mom, I'm sure. She's like, yeah, you gonna buy me a toy? Mom was like, no, sit down. No. Go to grandma. um, yes, as a newbie still with a daytime, what is ideal? Oh, when you said as a newbie still with a daytime, meaning a daytime job, is that what you meant? Like you're still doing a 9 to 5? I think that's what you meant. What is ideal? Yes, okay. Ideal depends on what your topic is and who your audience is and what you can allocate in your schedule. So, ideal, you probably want to get to a point where you're going at least 2 to 3 times a week. That's ideal. It could be potentially on the weekends. People have a little bit more flexibility, even from a viewer perspective, on the weekends. You might find a time in the morning, depending on what your morning start looks like. Some people, depending on your topic too, some people wake up, do their live 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, and then they start their day. And they go for about an hour or so. Depends on, again, your evening time availability. And if you have other obligations, you see people, depending on the topic, they go live in the evening and they try to build their community based off evening time engagement. So it just depends. It depends on your time zone too. I know sometimes West Coast folks, they will go live a little earlier, but they're actually able to capitalize on evening time lives that are happening with East Coast folks. So something in that way you could think about too. And then if you decided to go later in your West Coast as well, you're able to kind of really be centered where evening folks are there. Okay. So, East Coast people are there. So it just depends. I mean, there's a lot of factors to determine. As you start going live, TikTok will give you some analytics to speak to viewers that have happened, the viewers that have come through your live over the last 7 days. And you can see what TikTok recommends as a lifetime. So that's another way people do take that data and that information into consideration as they decide to create a schedule. That data does change. It does evolve because you get more viewers, different viewers. Your community grows. People are shifting quite a bit in terms of their engagement on the app. But it just depends. When you think about 50 plus creators, it depends on your topic and who you're talking to. But you're assuming 50 plus, people have they definitely have a tendency to be on the app in the evenings. You definitely see a tendency for people to be on the app on the weekends. You do see some people early morning as well, especially if they're um, getting ready for the day and they're listening to your live stream. So there's that ability to go live, and you end up creating in the morning time. You might create a more intimate, smaller community, but it's still people who are showing up because of their schedule and their ability to be on the app at that time. So all of those are factors. I hope that was helpful. So all those things are factors. All right. Hello, Q. How you doing, friend? Thank you for joining. Appreciate you being here. I think Diana might have been here as well. So I say it depends because again, it comes down to you and what you're willing to do and how you're willing to commit to the process. But I would start off with like 2 to 3 times a week. Just to kind of get comfortable, and you want to get to the point where you're doing at least an hour, maybe 90 minutes for each of those lives. Okay? He said, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. I did want to talk to, so I'm happy you asked that question because I did want to center today's conversation to the newbies too, just to make sure you guys felt um, confident in doing this. So there's some procedural stuff you need to know, but then there's that mindset stuff like, oh, what do I talk about? People may not want to hear from me. You know, I can't do this because it's too complicated and confusing. All those things to me are like mindset barriers. And as Coach Rhonda would say, limiting beliefs. Okay. So because of that, you're now creating this narrative that you can't do something as opposed to saying, okay, I can do it. How do I go about it? And so that becomes a different conversation because now we don't have a barrier in terms of mindset. We have now a procedural stuff conversation we can have. Like here's where the sound effects are. Here's how you flip the camera. Here's where you know understand how to set your live goal. That type of stuff. So just recognizing that those are two different types of conversations. And so and typically people who want to do this will make time for it. They'll figure out the schedule, they'll figure out how to do it, and then obviously come in and learn how to engage. And so it takes a little time, and I say practice makes progress, but you can do it. Anybody can do it. There is no reason why you can't do it. Okay. All right, friends. I appreciate you guys. I stayed on pretty long. I appreciate you. Your girl did 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I appreciate everybody coming through. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. Okay. Unwritten, unstoppable. I appreciate you coming through. Happy, how you doing, friend? So I'm about to get off. I appreciate everybody with the likes. Have a great evening. You're welcome. You're welcome. Swiped out. Okay. All right, but I'm about to let you guys go. So I'm gonna be in these TikTok streets in a little bit. I'm gonna schedule the battle event and I'll put it in school for you guys to sign up. I appreciate everybody who's showing up and doing their thing and building their community, okay? All right, friends, take care. Bye-bye. All right, friends, take care. I didn't get as much engagement, but I know you guys are watching, so I appreciate all the support. I will be back tomorrow at what time? What did I say? Tomorrow at 10. 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.